One of my favorite movies of all time is I Saw the TV Glow. Actually, no. Well, yes, but I like the other movie that is by the same director. Um, the movie is called We're All Going to the World's Fair. I feel like that's what this video is giving a little bit. Um, my name is Ricky Cinema. I'm 29 years old, and I have a dream to become one of the most what's the word? Is it elusive or reclusive? I don't know. It's probably both. But I want to be famous enough to not have to let's see, reclusive. What does reclusive mean? Someone who lives a solitary life, deliberately avoiding interaction with other people, with others. Yeah. And then the other word was elusive, which means difficult to find, catch, or achieve. Difficult to find. Adjective, success will become ever more elusive. Difficult to remember or recall the elusive thought that he had moments before. Both of those things are me. I'm elusive and reclusive, or at least I want to be that more than I am already. Um, Today I made a song and I posted it on Vimeo. Don't ask me why I did that. I don't even know why I did that. I just did it. I was gonna post it on Tumblr, which I literally made a Vimeo account and a Tumblr account today, just for fun, I guess. And I uploaded it like a video of me like playing guitar and singing to Vimeo, but not Tumblr because Tumblr wasn't letting me post it for some reason. That's probably a good thing, because I'll probably regret posting it. But what I won't regret, it's funny, I'll regret posting it because the less people that see it, the better in my head, in a weird way, even though the whole reason to, I guess, do music these days, in the year 2025 is to be known. But I was saying something before I got distracted. I was saying something about wanting to be famous enough. I'm kind of, I'm like being serious, but I'm also not. I'm like being serious, but I'm also joking. I'm half serious, half joking when I say that I want to be famous, because I don't want to be. I want to be known. I want to be known. I want people to know my work. I I want people to know that I care about the work that I make and that I do. Um, I want people to know that the reason I make things and the reason why I made this channel, for example, and the reason why I'm uploading this video right now or recording it and planning to upload it is because I want so desperately to be liked by people who are cool. People who dress cool, people who like cool things and are and have friend groups that are like large and cool, and people who I want to be known and liked by people who have actual friends that they can like go on uh, spontaneous adventures with or spontaneous vacations with. Like friends where you can like hit them up and be like, hey, we're gonna go to LA. Pack your bags. Let's go. Let's just go to LA. Um, I wish I had friends like that. Unfortunately, I don't. I barely have, you know, normal friends that would probably not do that. Um, but yeah, I want certain people to know who I am. Um, I want the people who maybe haven't found a place in this their place in this world yet, and they're desperately trying to seek approval from other people, and they don't know how to say no sometimes, or they don't know how to even express themselves to the fully. And I want people who like struggle to like make conversation and struggle to look at themselves in the mirror sometimes and like really like themselves. I want those kind of people to support me and in my be in my circle, not my circle, but be like supporting me, like being on my side. I don't know what I was gonna try to say, but I uh, I understand that, you know, it's hard to be in this world. Um, it's hard to navigate. It's hard to cultivate your creativity, and it's hard to be honest in a world of like cynical and ironic and sometimes maniacal, straight up crazy people that don't seem to get it. Um, I want people to know that I get it. I understand loneliness to varying degrees. You know, I know what it's like to be alone. That's why I think I love movies like it's We're All Going to the World's Fair, because that that you know, horror film is about, more than anything, it's about isolation and solitude. And I have to actually go back and watch it because I actually forgot how it ended. But I think the endings of things are important, just as important as the beginnings of things. Um, you know, I don't claim to know. It's funny because I'm in film school right now, and I find myself hating it for certain reasons. One of them, I guess, being like uh, being critiqued. It's funny because like I'm already. I don't want to sound like I suffer a lot with this, or like I just struggle with the idea of it. I don't really like care that much. But like I already get kind of like I get side-eyed, or I get like strange looks, and like people look at me funny when I kind of tell them my dreams. And so I already get like critiqued enough when it comes to like, you know, your parents or people that are close to you that tell you like, hey, just remember like um this thing that you're doing, like this music thing or this movie thing or whatever you are as an artist, this thing is not going to pay your bills. So just keep in mind that whatever you plan on doing is probably not going to be grounded in reality. So just be aware of that. Like people who are constantly reminding you of that, and almost like making you feel bad about it, but it's not their fault, because if I were in their position, I would be like, okay, this kid or this young individual, this teenager, this even like a child. Because the thing is, like, a lot of the a lot of creativity stems from just being like childish and being completely crazy in that sense, right? Where everyone's going one direction and you like decide to go a completely different route that is not guaranteed. It's almost like a dead end, and you know that it's a dead end, but for some reason there's something that like, excuse me, there's something that wants you to discover it. It's like something, it's a thing that is like literally begging you to be discovered. And you may not know what that thing is. It might actually even kill you. Um, a lot of amazing, fantastic, legendary, like truly artistic humans that were on this earth. Uh, Immediate examples that come to mind are Mac Miller, Prince. There is one that I was really thinking about, Kurt Cobain. Those people had an early expiration date because I believe that those strong-willed, um, truly, what's the word, eccentric artists and like soft-spoken or soft-souled people, I guess you could call it. Like they had not only did they have a soul, but their soul was like hurting for humanity in some way, shape, or form. Like they cared so much about the earth and how people treated each other and being kind and all that. Those people literally could have taken over the world. They could have been too powerful to exist. And for example, like corporate America, for example, which is something I obviously despise. Corporate America hates, I hate corporate America, but corporate America hates me and people like me. So that's why I hate it. If it wasn't so like soul sucking and evil, then I probably wouldn't hate it. And to be honest, I don't really hate anything. I love most things, right? But corporations and like this idea of like, if something works, let's keep doing it and let's keep using it and let's keep milking it and let's suffocate it and like abuse it and like beat a dead horse until the horse is like a bloody pulp, like a beat it to until it doesn't exist anymore, and then you're just like beating up air, right? I think people who are aware enough to realize that stuff is not good and that stuff is like evil, right? It's truly evil. Talk about like horror films and stuff, which I love the horror genre. It's like the greatest thing in the world for me. To me, like I enjoy horror films because they expose the absurdity and the also the mundaneness or the mundanity, however you say it, of humanity. So things are so absurd that they're not that interesting, that they're actually boring. I think a person who perfectly dissects this and demonstrates this with their art is Harmony Korine, whom I think he's the main inspiration for this new project that I'm starting subconsciously. Because obviously I'm already like a creative person that struggles with their ideas sometimes, and I'm trying to like figure it out and like mold the tone or whatever that I want to go for, the I guess the aesthetic that I want to like capture, and the creative identity that I want to become. I kind of don't see it very clearly right now. It's kind of blurry, but I kind of do see something in the horizon, but it's just kind of blurry right now, you know? So that's why I'm kind of like trying this out. But going back to Harmony's work, I think he does a really good job. And it makes me sad that it makes me like happy and sad that I'll never ever make something like, um, I'll never make something as good as, for example, one of his movies is Mr. Lonely. I'll probably never make something as amazing as that, but I can strive towards that. I can be so in awe and so, frankly, like appalled. Like, how could you do this? How could you make something so beautiful and ugly and weird and distorted and like so sad and so, like I said, absurd slash mundane, and still it hits a nerve of my soul that I can't even begin to explain the feeling of. That kind of stuff makes me it makes me feel happy to be alive, and it makes me feel like there are other people like him and like you and like me and like everyone. There are other people out there, not even in just like the world entire. We don't even have to go that far. We can just look at your like immediate like family or your community of people that you hang out with and the circle that you come from and that you kind of dwell in on daily. It's like people are so hungry for something different, but it's like they don't know what they want. It's like when you ask your girlfriend what she wants to eat in the car, and she's like, I don't know. And then you're just waiting for an answer, and then you say what, and then you open your mouth, and which is your first mistake, because you should just like drive to the place that you're going to go to eat. Like, don't say anything, just go. Just go. And then I'm not saying you got to force feed your audience or be dismissive of what, the girlfriend in this scenario thinks or likes. But sometimes I think I need to, you don't have to do anything. You could just like watch me do it, right? Because the thing too is that, anyways, let me finish my thought and then I'll move on to the next thing. Sorry. I think I need to abandon all patterns. Like, whatever you think I'm going to do next, I have to do the opposite of that. And I think that's where good art comes from, that kind of mentality. Now, here's the thing, okay? When I just said right now, like a minute ago, that you can just watch me do it, I literally mean this is what I'm trying to get at, to be real here for a second. A lot of people who are in my life who are creative individuals. Sorry, excuse me. And I've worked with them in the past, right? What I've noticed, and I admire them, I admire their work. I admire what they stand for and who they are as people, first of all, and then as creatives. But one thing that I've seen time and time again, and I'm kind of tired of it, is this thing where people are so afraid of not only failing, because that's kind of like a given, right? But people are so afraid of their own potential, where they have an idea, And again, I've seen this and I've heard this and I've experienced this time and time and time and time again. I can't even tell you how many times it's happened. And you can imagine that I'm like frustrated and like I'm like I literally, that's what I'm saying, abandon all patterns. Abandon all patterns. Abandon, like, break the vicious cycle of like, oh, I have this amazing, wonderful idea, but because it hasn't been done before, or because it's going to take a certain amount of work to get done, I'm just not going to do it. Like, instead of abandoning the projects and the ideas that are in your head, which are probably genius, mind you, like, genius doesn't mean like it's the greatest thing in the world. No, genius is like you and like what you have to offer to this world. That's your genius. That's your like gold, or your like, that's your essence. That's like the beautiful, that's like the reason why you're on this earth right now, or the reason why you're probably watching this video. I don't know. Who knows, right? God only knows. We're only human, right? We can only do so much. We can only think so much. We can only, guess and like think about these things and philosophize or whatever. But I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, okay, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it. If you're too afraid, if you keep saying and talking and planning and being like, oh, I'm going to do this, this, and that, and we're going to do it this way, and then it's going to happen like this, and then, oh, we should do this and this. Like, that's fine. That's cool. I've heard it a million times, trust me. But not only is there like zero action from these people who talk like this, from people that I've met, people that I know, not only is there zero action, but then people have this weird, like, there's just like a weird tension with people when like they see you doing something that they were gonna do, and since you're actually doing it, they kind of like get mad at you in a weird way, or like they're kind of like, oh, like you stole my idea, or oh, I was gonna do that, like I was gonna do that thing you're doing right now. And I find that hilarious, but also sad, because it's like, what did you expect would happen, right? If I'm the one who's actually going to take action and do the thing, not only do it, but like do it my way, there's no way in hell that was your idea, because an idea is just an idea. If you don't execute on it, then it's like basically practically useless, right? So you don't have to, I'm not here to tell you what to do, right? We're all going to do what we want to do at the end of the day. I'm going to do, tomorrow when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to do what I want to do, not what I need to do, but what I want to do. Because what I need to do isn't always a thing that I do, right? So what I want to do with this video and with this channel and whatever else I do in the next, let's say until the end of the year, I want to be known by the people who are subscribed to this channel and hopefully grow, right? But I want to be known not so that I can like, I don't want to tell people like, I told you I was going to make it, or like I knew this was going to happen, or like told you, or like what's it called, like flex on people and be like, ah, ha ha, I made it and you didn't, and I know something you don't, and I'm better than you, and I know more, and I'm this special individual, and I deserve this, all this success. No. What I want people to understand, and hopefully I did a good job of kind of like explaining it just now, but I want people to understand, and I want you to know that all it takes is a little bit of effort, but the effort needs to be ritualistic. There needs to be a consistent You need to fail 5 times before you succeed the 6th time. And you need to realize that as long as you're doing things out of pure love, of creative, of being like being yourself, basically, essentially, then you don't have to worry about what other people are doing or aren't doing. And sure, you'll subconsciously get inspired by people, just like I'm getting inspired by, you know, the director of those 2 movies that I mentioned. We're All Going to the World's Fair, and I Saw the TV Glow, and Harmony Korine, and blah blah blah, etc., etc. But honestly, I want to see, this is such a lame joke, but I want to see you glow. I want to see, you know how, like, that saying, like, be the change that you want to see in the world? Well, I want to see the change. I want to see that change. I want to see the change that I want to be in the world. Meaning, I want to look back on these videos and this, like, these experiences and these moments and this, like, I guess you could call it portfolio, I guess. But I really want to, like, drill into people's minds that, like, anything is possible and nothing is impossible, and everything will happen accordingly in its time. Like, things will fall into place, but you need to put in the effort. You cannot be afraid of anything or anyone, no matter what, like, no matter what. So that's why I'm choosing to abandon all patterns. I'm destroying all of my expectations and all of people's expectations. I'm doing the thing that people are talking about or people want to do, so that you can watch me do it, so that you can watch me glow this screen or this TV. You can watch the TV glow. You can see the TV glow. And you can say, I can do that, what he's doing, but I can do it my way. Or you can be even ambitious. You can be ambitious enough to say, I'm going to do what he's doing, but I'm going to do it better. And what I'm going to tell you is, okay, bet. Let's watch you do it. I'll watch you do it. I'll watch you glow. I'll watch you get inspired. And I want to see what you got. The question is, though, are you going to do it? Are you going to get inspired? Is this going to be the video that helps you get inspired? I don't know. It sure as hell is inspiring me, and I'm the one making it. So, art, creativity, being yourself, being aware of what works and what doesn't, and still doing it anyway, still failing, still getting back up and trying other things. All of that stuff is important, but at the end of the day, all that matters is that you execute. It doesn't matter if it's a rough landing. It doesn't matter if it's not smooth. It doesn't matter if it's rough around the edges. It doesn't matter who gets to the finish line first, as long as you get to the finish line and you actually win the race, or not even win the race. What am I saying? Finish the race. You need to finish what you started, right? Otherwise, there's really no point at all in doing it if you're just gonna, like, start it and then be like, and then say all these things like, oh, I'm gonna do this, this, and that, and then never do it. Like, that's just lame to me now. And I don't want to be lame anymore. I want to be cool. I want to be the type of artist that you look at their work and you're like, there's something there that I know I can do too. You know? So here's to an amazing rest of the year, and here's to a creative rest of the year, because I'm always creating, but I'm definitely feeling the pressure of, like, from other people, and I know that's not good. You know, I'm feeling the pressure of, like I said, expectations, all the stuff that I don't want, and that I want to, like, abandon, is stuff that's bothering me. So that's how I know that I'm not doing the right thing, and that I'm not on the right. I may be on the right path and the right track, but, like, if I'm not enjoying the ride, then something's wrong. I need to be enjoying this, right? I need to be having fun. So I hope you got something out of all the things that I said. So thank you. See you in the next video. Bye. That's so awkward. Okay, now it's bye. Now it's goodbye. Bye. Goodbye.